Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, the 24th of January, 2022. Welcome to this call. Good evening, everybody. It is time for Crypto Talk. And Marius, thank you for allowing the people into the room. We appreciate that. Doing that in the background. And yes, tonight you've seen that we've called the topic for tonight. We've called the topic to be time to learn. Because what do we always say? Is when it's going difficult in the market, when the market is going sideways and down and market is retracing, what's the time? What do we need to do when that happens? I'm glad you answered. It's a time to learn. It's a time to learn. I have a host of people that haven't contacted me for quite a bit of time, and that's part of the team. That this morning, one after the other, the WhatsApp just, what is happening in the market? What is this? What is happening? Please explain. This is a time to sit on your hands and learn, to wait for the market to come and find you again, and to sit on your hands and learn. And what a privilege to be on a Monday evening, to be on Crypto Talk, and to have a team to use or to get information from. And tonight will be none different than any other night. And allow me to introduce to you our subject matter expert at the Crypto School on crypto trading, none other but a good friend and a person giving us a lot of guidance, help, assistance, and advice, and having open discussions with us with regards to crypto. And at this moment, he's the guiding light. And Jason, thank you for coming and still within where the market is at the moment, still show your face and come share some charts with us. I haven't had some wine. It's not the market. It's just me going too fast. But Jason, thank you for enlightening us tonight. And we're going to just ask Jason to, in short, tell us what happened, because we've seen today the stock markets to be very volatile. So Jason, without further ado, be what you do best and be the expert. And just enlighten us a little.
Evening, everybody. Yes, absolutely, Donnie. We've seen quite a bit of blood in the streets in the last couple of days, especially on Saturday. Saturday morning, there was a big drop in crypto. And that drop is carried on. It looks like we are still starting to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I see that Bitcoin has bounced. When I talk about bounce, has gone up in the last 2 hours. We're not too sure whether we have found the bottom yet. That is only going to be seen in the next couple of days. But what has really caused this has been a number of factors. The main factor being is that the Fed is indicated a couple of weeks ago that they're going to stop quantitative easing but go on to quantitative tightening by raising interest rates. They felt that the stock market was overheated. The comments that they've made have done justice to the stock market, bringing down the stock market quite a bit. At one instance today, the Nasdaq was down 5%, and that's quite a bit for the stock market just today. So it has brought down the stock market. I do feel that we have dropped too much right now. We have a look at the indicators. The indicators are telling us that we are over. So hopefully later on this week, we are going to see a bit of green. But we'll get back to the charts just now. Thanks, Johnny.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. Yes, it's such a privilege to call on you, always being calm, and you're always collective, and you're not running around like a headless chicken within the blood in the streets. And we've heard so many times when there's a drop in the market and there's a bounce, people talk about a dead cat bounce, and we trust that's not a dead cat that bounced, because the saying is, if you throw a dead cat off a building, it will bounce. And the market sometimes bounces, and it's not the bounce that you think, and people FOMO in, and then it was not a bounce, it was just a setup. And so Jason, we look forward to see your chart to show us a little with where you think we are in the market. Do you think it's a good time to do it now?
Yeah, I think just let Marius and Andre just greet everybody, and then I can carry on.
I will allow Marius and Andre to meet everybody, and then we will be on our way. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to introduce to you the young gun, Andre Smit. Andre, say hello to the team.
Hi guys. I still think I should get a rap song or something for the young gun to come in. Anyways, yeah guys, hope everyone is well and not too emotional because of the markets. I know it can get to you sometime, but yeah, we are here for you guys. We are here with you guys, and we also have emotions. So I haven't even checked my portfolio. I was too busy anyways, and I always try to FOMO into stuff, but I'll talk about that later. Anyways, guys, welcome.
Cool. Thank you, Andre, the young gun. And then allow me to introduce the crypto wealth coach, Marius Adams, the co-founder of the crypto school. Marius, say hello to the team.
Daniel, thank you. Yes, it's my vision, and I call it my job to get people into crypto. And this is one of the greatest time to get new people into crypto. But as we always say, get them through the education first. And yes, Donnie, we survived the 2018 bear market. We survived the COVID drop. We survived the drop last year in May. We've been through this a lot of time, but still crypto is not dead. Bitcoin is not dead. We are still going. And can you believe it? If you just look at the rand dollar and the rand against any other currency, it is like 1 to 10 or 1 to 15, but we are still up $1 to $35,000. That can be said a lot about Bitcoin. So yes, I'm looking forward to tonight and what Jason is going to teach us and what we are going to talk about. I decided the 1st of January, it's time to get trained again.
Oh man, thank you, Marius. Yes, we look forward to that. We look forward to our discussion tonight, and we have planned a discussion. As you've seen, the topic for tonight is a time to learn. And whenever there's blood in the street, it's time to sit in your hands and learn a bit. And we will do that. We will discuss one or two things that we see happening around us in the team that's going wrong, and we will help and assist with that tonight and see if we can assist one or two of you to be sorted and not make mistakes. Without further ado, Jason, I think you should show us the market so that we can get going on with.
Sure. Thanks, Donnie. And before I start, Marius made an important comment there about saying that the fundamentals of crypto have not gone away. They are still there, alive and well. The projects are carrying on. These news coming out on a daily basis. The fundamentals are still there. We're looking at this price right now. So if we just have a look at the Bitcoin price, we reached a high of 68,000 on the 9th of November. And you can see from there, we have dropped right down into this box. I had a green box here on this morning's presentation that I said that we should drop into, and we did. We came down into just below 33,000 this morning. So the price has dropped by half. Bitcoin's dropped by half from the 9th of November to the 24th of January. So right now we can see that we are looking like that we oversold. If we just one of the indicators called the relative strength indicator, and we're looking, let's go on to the daily, you can see that we at levels that are very, very low. We are currently at 20.7, and that is indicating oversold territory. So we are due for a bounce in the next day or two, quite a big bounce. Now, before we go down into smaller time frames, I just want to show you how I got to that block of mine. And I'm looking at another chart, and the chart is called the CME futures, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures. And what this shows us is that a lot of the institutions are trading on this exchange, and this exchange runs only from a Monday to a Friday. But the rest of the market trades 24/7. Now, what happens is that if price closes on a Friday at a certain level and then opens up the following Monday at a certain level, and there tends to be we've seen a lot of cases that those gaps get filled fairly quickly on the Monday or the Tuesday, but there has been times where this gap doesn't get full too quickly. Now, we've had a gap here that stems back from July last year between 32,500 and 34,410. And if I just quickly go and scroll backwards here to that time frame, so I can show you once I put a bit of a lag, you can see this massive gap here that started on the 23rd of July, which was a Friday, and the Monday opened up on the 26th of July, and you can see that price just carried on going up, and we didn't go and close this gap. So there's a lot of liquidity that still sits in gaps like this, and these gaps do get closed at some time. Most of the gaps do. And this is where I thought this morning where price would come down into and try and fill this gap. And needless to say, we came down and we found a support level here just below 33,000, and you can see we have gone up. So if we go back to the Bitcoin chart of mine onto smaller time frames, just go to the 4-hour, you can see we actually came down into that block there that I had there this morning. I'm not saying this is now definitely an area that we've bounced and we're now going to trend up again. There is a lot of overhead resistance points that we need to get through. So in the next couple of days, we'll see how price reacts. I did indicate on the RSI that we are oversold. So we're due for a bounce, a proper bounce in the next day or two. Before I carry on, there is a Fed meeting on this week, Wednesday. It's called the FOMC meeting. I think it's called, FOMC is Fed Open Market Committee or something like that. But anyway, in that meeting, they discuss the interest rates, the quantitative easing, and all that type of stuff. So the markets are eagerly waiting for the outcome of that meeting. And then I'm sure after that meeting, they'll start seeing some proper direction from stock markets and from the crypto. Okay, so if we go now and have a look at some other charts here, and what I want to show you is the total market capitalization. And we're going to go into the weekly and let's go into the 3-day. You can see we hit a value of $3 trillion on the 9th of November. And we've come down today by exactly half to 1.5. And that really is what Bitcoin's also done, come down from 68 down to 33. The market cap has also done the same thing, come down to a support here of 1.5 trillion. The next chart I just want to show you here is quickly the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq on the daily has dropped. Okay, let's just go to 3-day. Has dropped to a very good support area, 1.71. We have a look here on the daily. You can see there we've got a support area here. So we are hoping that the Nasdaq now finds support here at 1.71. If we have a look at the RSIs, you can see that on the daily, this RSI is totally oversold. So we are due for a bounce here on the stock market too on the Nasdaq. We have a look at the S&P 500. We've got a support here at 4270. You can see that the candle today actually went down and found that support. You can see it's been support in the past also, this 4270. The RSI also very much oversold. I'm not going to go into the Dow Jones. Let's just have a look at some other indicators. Stablecoin USDT, and what we look at here is to see where money is flowing. Is it flowing into trading coins or is it flowing into stablecoins? And you can see that we've hit a high here this morning, earlier today at 3 o'clock at 5.25%. It's got rejected and starting to move down, which shows us that money's flowing out of stable coins back into trading coins. Okay. And I think that's about it relating to the markets, Donnie.
Sorry, let me just unmute myself. Yes, Jason, it's so enlightening to when you run through the markets. It's so clear what you show us. But yeah, for some people in the room, there are runny tummies and there's some asking questions with regards to when should we get back. And you've just showed us that we had it, but we now have to get more candles printed so that we know whether it was a dead cat bounce or whether it's a true bounce. And we trust that we will see candles. And I've looked at what the people in the market is saying, and I've seen that they talk about Wednesday. We'll see we'll get direction from Wednesday onwards in the market. And as you pointed out of the meetings that's happening in the US. Ed, I see that you're unmuted. Do you want to say something?
Yes, thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Jason, for your lovely overview. As you pointed out, the S&P 500 is down, Nasdaq is down, Dow Jones is down. So that is what I'm looking at. And the crypto market cannot be divorced from that. We're not on our own tangent as yet. We will get there eventually, but we are aligned to the market. So there are three other things that I'm looking at. Russia-Ukraine tensions are not going away. That is going to hit us. It's going to most probably shoot up the gold price, but it will hit the markets and it will hit us. On Friday, the two foreign ministers met of Russia and the US. They couldn't find agreement. And now there's a strong push for America to put some form of sanction in. They're not going that way, but that is something that we cannot ignore. The other thing that is also coming through on Thursday and Friday, it's earnings season in the US. So we'll see the banks and the big tech stocks announcing their results. Now, if that is positive, we'll see some uptick. And then the last thing that I'm looking at, Daniel, is on Monday, the Bitcoin options is going to be, data will be released. The peg price is around about 44,000 in terms of $44,000 on options. And we'll see which way the market goes when that data is also released. So those are the 3 or 4 things that I'm looking at, Daniel.
Cool. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for your learned opinion. And we appreciate that. You're always welcome to come and join us. Jason, before we start the topic of tonight, market, still something you need to say, want to say?
No, Daniel, the only other thing is that we have bullish divergence. I can just show it to you quickly.
You have to show us that.
Yeah. So if we look at the price of Bitcoin at the moment, and we look at the relative strength index, we see that the RSI, and this is now on the 4-hour, and this was 2 days ago at 6 p.m. The date is at the bottom there. We had a very low RSI, and the price then was at 34,600. So the 22nd was, and then right now, that the RSI is actually higher than it was on Saturday at 6 o'clock, yet prices dropped. So this is telling us that it is bullish divergence. And so it's telling us that the RSI, the relative strength, is actually pointing up, yet price is coming down. So this is now a leading indicator to tell us that we should get a reaction where price needs to start moving up, which is very good. But as I said, and Dania pointed out, we have to start seeing more candles, and just to make sure that this is indeed the bottom.
Jason, just leave that chart on there for a second, because I hear Andre in the background stammering, wanting to say something. Andre, go.
Yeah, Jason, I see that the bullish divergence. Just one thing I see, there's a hidden bearish divergence currently, but on this last candle, so it can still cancel out, but I just see that hidden bearish divergence.
So what Andre is looking at is this RSI going up, and yet what you're looking at.
Exactly, yeah.
But fortunately, that's a hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I like that the hidden bullish and bearish divergences is because then you can, if you want to trade that, you can just put your stop loss above that price point where the RSI is at the higher area or lower area, because then when it gets above that area, it actually means that the bearish or bullish divergence is cancelled out.
Have you heard this young man? Have you heard what he just said? because that's important. We need to listen and understand. And he just told you where to put your stop loss in that trade.
Yeah, if you want to trade that, I'm not giving any advice.
The advice that I can give is that on those people that actually chart, is you need to go to your RSI on the daily on Bitcoin and just draw a trend line in and just connect basic dots, high price points, and leave it like in the daily. Sit on your hands and wait for the RSI to start breaking through this trend line. Once we see a break through this trend line, there should be a confirmation where it comes back down and starts. At that point there where you got a confirmation, that is a good entry point. Okay.
Yeah,
But you need to see a proper break here.
Daniel, maybe can I ask Jason a question? So just what if there's an interest rate increase on Wednesday? How will that shape, from your perspective, how will that shape the crypto market overall? You just mentioned now we were on $3 trillion in November and now we're on 1.5. Are we going to, now as a bullish and bearish divergence cancelling each other out, or where are we? How do you see the market play out?
Thanks for the egg. As far as the interest rate, it's been around for a while. I think the market's already priced it in. That's what the clever guys are saying there. And if they come with any other tightening on quantitative easing, that could spell a disaster. If they bring any new news to the table, that could spell disaster. But I think the news around rate hikes, that's been around for a while.
Yeah, I think that is what the market is actually fearing, because although we say it has been priced in, the reality is on the ground when it hits, it's still going to hit us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only
Thanks,
concern
Jason.
right now is the lifeblood of the stock markets, which is the oil. And you can see oil's dropped quite a bit in the last drop this morning. Now the oil drives the market, and you can see it's dropping.
And although we're all very happy when we see the oil price down,
We do.
it is a driver in the market.
Ed, I think to answer your question, I think we need to sit on our hands till Wednesday, wait for the outcome of that meeting. And then from Thursday, even if you're buying a bit higher, that your funds are protected up until then. And if we need to get them a bit higher on Thursday, let's get them a bit higher.
Jason, I agree. And we will have more candles by Wednesday, Thursday in any case. So we will have a better indication of what the market wants to do. And we will know what the news is that we have from the Fed. So I see Stephen Bardwell say trend line on the RSI from the 18th of October question. I don't know if you will check that out in the meantime, Jason, but I'm going to ask Andre to share his thoughts on what he's trading at the moment. Don't worry, Andre, I know you're going to say you're not trading.
Yeah, I'm not trading. Yeah, guys, I'm still sitting on my hands. I actually wanted to share with you guys. So usually I would FOMO in, and I actually shared that with Donnie and Jason earlier. So usually when the market drops, I'm like, I have to get in the market. It's a bargain. But that's not always the best thing to do, because you don't know if the market's going to go lower than that or not. And I know everybody gets taught like buy the fear and sell the greed. But yeah, I don't think that's a perfect way to do it. And luckily I didn't FOMO in. But I just want to quickly share something. I told you guys the other day that I'm trying to do scalp trading. And so yeah, it's a bit hectic. I'm learning myself a bit. So that's what I'm doing currently, just long term. And I'm trying to teach myself to do scalp trading. But what I want to share with you guys is, let me just get my screen here. Sorry, I'm on one screen and my setup isn't so great today. So here is a website called sorry, that's an alert. coinoptionstrack.com. And I'll put that in the chat. Quickly put that in the chat. Okay, so you guys can have it. So when you open this site and you go to open interest, and I'll share with you guys now what it actually means. Let me just hide myself there. So here you can see this is like the options that is closing, and I don't know everything about it. I just know this is where you get the max pain info. So you can see the max pain for January 28th is 42,000. That's where the price should go for the market to get the most pain for the guys that's bearish and bullish, all of those guys, the max pain for the market makers to get the most Bitcoin is at $42,000. And you can see there's 55,363 Bitcoins that is in this open interest. And when you change this, you can see February 4th, there's only 11,000 Bitcoin with this one, and the max pain for that Bitcoin is $37,000. Yeah, just something to check, and it can change, guys. It can change. Just something quite interesting to check. I'm just getting my own this. So yeah, that's that.
Cool. Well done, Andre. And I'll go and check out the website that you just shared. I have seen it. Someone shared it one morning, but I haven't checked it out. So I will go check it out in any case. So Jason, tonight we want to talk about the different parachains. And before I give to Marius, allow me to just set up a little bit. Sorry, let me just remove the spotlight from Andre. Otherwise, he doesn't know why he's staying on screen. But allow me to just go to the Crypto School webpage and to say, but remember, if you go to the Crypto School webpage, you just subscribe to the free stuff here in the bottom corner, you get access to the free stuff on top. It is a membership, but it's a membership without the username and password. We just open the membership for your email address the moment that you register. And once you're in that area, you have videos that you can go and peruse. And there you have the Crypto Talks. CT stands for Crypto Talk. There's the Binance Academy with loads of teaching and trainings on Binance Academy, how to use an altcoin trader account, Exodus wallet, the blockchain. Jason, maybe you must go watch that little video of yours in October, and you will gasp if you see what you've said then. There we have 2 workshops, and there we have the DeFi stuff. Remember, this is a time to learn. When we're in a season like this, it is a time to learn. But we also have the Crypto School's YouTube channel, and please go join our YouTube channel. Every Crypto Talk, we go place on the free stuff area, but we also place it in our YouTube channel. So please go check out and go register on our YouTube channel as well for the Crypto School. And we would really appreciate that. And the last thing is our Facebook page. And if you go to Facebook, on Facebook, we are the Crypto School, and there you can see I am on that at the very moment. So that's why it looks as if I'm in there 3 times, 4 times, or triple, because we are actually on that page at the very moment. But there's cool places for you to go and learn. But tonight we would like to talk about all the different parachains, or the different networks that we can use to transfer money. And I would like to set the scene, and then I will ask Andre to go do this for us on MetaMask. But allow me to just quickly set the scene and to go to Altcoin Trader, because most of the people in our team are using Altcoin Trader as their onboarding for fiat into crypto. Now, the key is when I go and I want to move money in Altcoin Trader, and I just quickly have to log into the Altcoin Trader account. The key is, sorry, let me just get the login. The key is that we should go and make sure if we transfer crypto, that we transfer that crypto to the correct chain. Because what people do is they transfer to willy-nilly any chain. They think if I select a chain which got lower costs, if I go to a chain with a lower cost and I just select that chain, I will pay the lower cost. And it is true, but it's only true while you transferring to that same parachain. So if you transfer between different chains and you don't follow the rules, your transaction will not go through. Now, fortunately, if you've done it with a BSC smart chain, and although the withdrawing wallet does not support that, you have a recourse that you can approach Binance, and they will go and send someone to go find your crypto for you. It takes up to 14 days. I had examples that took 14 days, quicker as well. But you then pay an additional fee for someone to go and find your crypto. If you go to your Altcoin Trader account, and allow me to just quickly jump in here And I've opened an altcoin trader account just to show you what I'm talking about. If I go to altcoin trader account and I go to withdrawals, the easiest part is to always go and do the transaction on the account where you withdraw from, as well as the account that you deposit to. Then you go and see, for example, and I'm going to use Tether as the example here because it's got a very good example. If you use Tether USDT and you want to transfer Tether USDT to another wallet, that means I want to withdraw it from altcoin trader to another wallet. I can see there that they offer me two options, two parachain options. The one is the Ethereum ERC20 chain, where the fees are high. At the moment, it's about $30. And the Binance Smart Chain BSC BEP20 USDT. And if I select that one, the cost will be around 80 US cents. There's the fee now, $1.32. So that fee is, I've done a transaction with someone last week and Friday, and it was 80 USD cent. It's now $1.31. So if you go do this, and you go Binance Smart Chain and you want to withdraw from altcoin trader on the Binance Smart Chain, you have to make sure that the receiving address can receive in the Binance Smart Chain, because that's the mistake people do. They go here, they select Binance Smart Chain. Can you see there on Ethereum, it's $37 for the transaction, and that's network fee. It's not fee that altcoin trader or any wallet can undercut. And the network fee on the Binance Smart Chain is $1.31, which is a lot higher than it used to be, because it used to be 80 US cents. But the key is, make sure that the withdrawing wallet, you do that, and the deposit wallet. So if the deposit wallet cannot give you the option of a deposit address on the Binance Smart Chain, you cannot use the Binance Smart Chain. If the withdrawal address, for example, if I go to, let's use the one that the mistake was made in today, and that is Sol. If I show you this Sol, do you think you can use the Binance Smart Chain to withdraw the Sol? No, you cannot, because you don't get that address option at withdrawal. You don't have the option to use that parachain with Sol from altcoin trader. Although with other coins, you have that option. And the key is for us to just go and check that out. And remember that if you want to send someone else, last thing that I say here, then we'll go to the rest of the team. If you want to send the rands to someone else, if you have an altcoin trader account and you need to send rands to someone else that also has an altcoin trader account, remember you can send rands as a cryptocurrency, because for altcoin trader it's then called XR. And remember, you can send rand as XR. And if you go send XR on the Ethereum smart chain, on the ERC20 chain, it's 593 rand fee, because that's the network fee. But if you go to Matic, it's 9 rand. So if you go send it on the Polygon, on the Matic network, then the fee is only 9 rand. And if you send ZAR this way to someone else with an altcoin trader account as crypto and not as rand, if you do, that means there's rands in the account. You want to send the rands to someone else with an altcoin trader account, you use the XR and the Polygon network, the Matic network, and the fee will only be 9 rand. But the transaction is instantaneous. The moment that you press the button to withdraw, the money sits in the person's account, on the altcoin trader account. It's an instantaneous transaction, and that helps a lot. And that helps us a lot to transfer money from one altcoin trader account to another, especially if it's someone that you need to pay, it's someone that you need to send money to. It is an easy and a cheap option. But make sure before you do this, and I've asked Andre to set up MetaMask for us to show us on MetaMask how to set up the different chains, and we know how to set them up so that we don't make the mistake of moving money from using a different chain. If the wallet you send it from and the wallet you receive it on does not support that chain, you will be in trouble. And it's important that we get that. Andre, please, over to you.
Donnie, I just want to share something because it can be quite confusing because you want to send, for instance, you want to send what you want to send. For instance, USD. You want to send USD and you just want to send it to a different wallet. And then you get this options for BSC, the Binance Smart Chain, or ERC20, and all of this stuff. And you don't know, like, why is there different options? And I think one of the easiest way to explain it is, for instance, if you have a parcel and you want to send that package to someone, and you've got the option to send it, I don't know if you're allowed to say company names, but if you got the option to send it through ABC couriers or ZES couriers, and there's a different prices at the different couriers, and the time to get your parcel on the other end is different. And that is exactly how the chains work. Like, for instance, Binance Smart Chain is super quick and cheap, but ERC20 is not super cheap or super quick like BSC. But on the Ethereum network, they're building stuff, and you can buy NFTs, a lot of stuff. They have the network, and yeah, so that's just the easy way to remember it, I think. But with that, let's just quickly go to my screen, get the right one, and I just added a new MetaMask wallet here. Okay, so you guys know this Foxy button. So here's my MetaMask, if you guys can see it. It's a clean account, nothing on here. And I want to AVAX, for instance, the Avalanche network. And I thought I can quickly add it from here, but it looks like it doesn't give it to me. So I went to Google and I searched there, and let me just make my screen a bit bigger. I searched there AVAX on MetaMask. And here you can see support AVAX network. But yeah, guys, again, there's can be a lot of scams, so just make sure you're on the right networks and stuff. Here, like the Binance Smart Chain, it's exactly the same. They give you this stuff, and this is the stuff I would like you guys to see. So what you do, and I always do this, I go to my MetaMask, and if, for instance, you want to copy something or whatever, once you click here, it's going to disappear. So I always go to MetaMask, and I click, there's 3 dots. I click expand view, so it opens it in a different tab. So now what you do is you go to, this circle there. No, where am I now? No, what? Sorry guys, this is a bit different. No, sorry. Okay, forget everything I said. So you click there on Ethereum mainnet, and once you click there, you will see add network. So you click there, Ethereum mainnet, and then add network, and now it's going to ask you this stuff. So then it's easy. They want network name. So you just come here, copy that network name, and paste it in there. Now they want the new RPC URL, and there it is. Just go paste it there.
Andre, the safe space to get that information will be on CoinGecko.
Yeah.
If you ever worry where to find it, and if it's a true place and a real, not a scam, CoinGecko is your place.
Yeah, always. So you added that, the chain ID, just added that there as well. Currency symbol, AVAX. It's quite simple, guys, don't stress. And then the Blocks Explorer ID. So this is just basically if you did a transaction and you want to see what is the status, like if you want to track your parcel, so you can just go there and track it and click save, and boom, there is my Avalanche network. So now you can use it to transact, and there is your what do you call it? Your what is it called? That go there.
That's your Avalanche.
To send stuff around. Yeah, that's that, guys. Really easy. So when you want to change it again, you just click there, Ethereum mainnet, or click there, Avalanche mainnet, and that's it.
And the same way you will now go at the Polygon or the Matic for Polygon network. You can add a BSC, Binance Smart Chain. You can every other wallet you can go add on there. And the reason, part of why I asked Andre to show us that tonight. Thank you, Andre. Part of why I asked Andre to show us that tonight is a lot of people start using MetaMask wallets because they need to link that to their NFTs, because they buy NFTs on OpenSea. And my daughter from New York sent me a message over the weekend, Dad, OpenSea, because I discussed OpenSea with her last year, and she acquired NFTs, and now she created NFT, not acquired, created art into NFTs, and now she needs a wallet. and she needs a MetaMask wallet. And that's the easiest way to connect a wallet to OpenSea to be able to go trade. Now they have a host of wallets you can go. If you go to OpenSea, you'll see there's a host of wallets. If you have one of those wallets, you can do. But in our team, the people on the school, most of you that's done that already will have used MetaMask. And that's why I asked Andre to show that with the start the talk with, make sure the parachain in which you withdraw is the parachain to which you deposit. Make sure on both ends they can accommodate that chain that you want to use. If they cannot accommodate it on both ends, you're in trouble because it will not arrive on that side. So thank you, Andre. Do you still have another comment on there? You cool. Thank you, Andre. Marius, I see you're hiding there in the bottom of your screen. Maybe you missed, yeah, cool. Thank you, Marius. Marius, every week you tell us a little of what you've learned and where you at the moment. And I know trading is most probably not your biggest option at this moment. So please tell us what Marius is doing.
Oh, Daniel, thank you. Yeah, I actually spilled my coffee just before we started. So I was just cleaning up for the last 2 minutes. But yes, Donnie, just in layman terms, also what we're busy with is for the normal guy that's not so clued up in crypto. On the Ethereum network, what I found the most affordable coin to send from one exchange to the other is Litecoin. The cost of that coin is not that, the gas fees are not that high, and the Litecoin, there's always liquidity in that coin. I know there's a lot of people that has their own preferences, but for me, if I know I'm going to work on the Ethereum network, I use Litecoin. So yes, Daniel, I started up my computer on the 1st of January, actually on the 2nd or the 3rd, because the 1st was a holiday, and I decided I had some trading profits that I made. But I need that extra skill. I enrolled to an ultimate crypto trading course from one of our service providers that helps us with our signals, and I was so impressed of the way that this guy, over a period, I will also show you some finer things, but he really spends about 2 to 3 hours just on TradingView, just on every little ticker on TradingView. So I'm quite excited about that trading course, because for me, myself, I never see myself as a trader, but I know after this course, I can be more or less on Jason's standard. So Jason, watch out. Thank you, Daniel.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. And yes, it's lucky to find the people around you learning and being excited about learning. And where the market is at the moment, it's the most opportune time to learn. Don't spend your time sulking, kicking the dustbin. Spend your time in learning and getting more information. And that is what we try tonight with sharing about the different chains, and for you to be able to make sure that you transact in the correct chain. Jason, last comments from you for this evening. What would you like to say about the change? You never even said anything. Sorry, I didn't give you a chance to say anything. Please, Jason, wrap up for us.
I'm really impressed with what Andre has shown us tonight, and I think he's covered everything. As you rightly say, you need to make sure that the exchange that you are sending to does accept those coins through that type of blockchain. That's very important. And you need to make sure that you get the correct address from that, from where you deposit into, and make sure the address is associated to that blockchain. But what I want to show you here, Donnie, is a website called Alternative Me. And what it does, it measures the sentiment of the general public in the market. And it's based on really on Bitcoin and other large cryptocurrencies, on the majors. Now, if we go and have and look at this dial gets updated on a daily basis, and you can see that it was last updated this morning, the 24th of January. And this dial is sitting at 13 in the red, and it represents extreme fear. So the market right now is very fearful. And you can see yesterday we were at 11, we were even worse than today. Last week we were at 22, a bit better. And then last month we were at 39, fear. So this dial has actually dropped and then from last month, and it's got even worse in the last couple of days. But what I want to show you is, I just want to show you a graph here, and I've clicked on max. So I've gone back in history here just to show you where we are, and we down the bottom here at around about 13. And if we go back in history and see where we have been in these extreme fears areas before, what actually happened. We tend to stay in the area for a couple of days while the big institutions are buying in this area, and they know they need to buy in this area when the public is fearful, because the public is selling their crypto to them. And what happens after a couple of days? They start pushing the market up, and the market dial goes back up high, 80, 90, in the 90 areas. And if we go up here, the 90 area is right here in the green, and that represents greed, extreme greed. And unfortunately, the public only starts getting back into crypto once we start getting up into the 60, 70, 80 value level, which is wrong. Warren Buffett says, you need to be greedy when everybody's fearful, and you need to be fearful when everybody is greedy. So right now, it's an extreme greed. Right now, we need to be looking for opportunities. We need to be buying where the candles are red, and we need to be selling when the candles are green. And don't ever be scared of taking profits. We've seen that in the last year, where we've had a lot of volatility and people haven't taken profit at the right times. And when the market comes down, they only find that they're disappointed for not taking those profits when the opportunity presents itself. As I said last week, I expect the stock markets and the crypto markets to be very volatile this year, and we need to be taking profits when we get that dial into the taking profits, because we are going to come down again back into these fearful times where we can buy back into the markets. That's it from me, Donnie.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Andre, last remarks for this evening?
Yeah, guys, if you trade safe, and don't FOMO into the market when it goes up. Don't always FOMO into the market when it goes down. And yeah, be in a community. It's always good to settle your emotions. Cool.
Cool. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, we need to get into the market when the market is fearful. The people are full of fear, but not always just the moment that you hit the fear, because you have to wait. And at this moment, we just have to wait for the market to print us a few more candles. We have to wait for the news on Wednesday. It is part of a driver in the market at the moment. So later this week, I assume we will have good direction. And at this case, I can do nothing with the coins that I hold. I just have to sit on my hands in any case. So thank you, Jason. Thank you, Andre. Marius, last comments from you.
Yes, guys, while the markets are low, go into training. All of our co-presenters get that extra skills in. And hopefully we can have a few green candles this week as well. Be blessed.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. Just on altcoin trader, for the last few hours of the day, just on altcoin trader, Ethereum price has gone up 11%. Just the last few hours on altcoin trader, 11% on Ethereum going up. So if you got out of the market, you lost that 11%. If you participated in this drop, it's now the time to just hold your horses, wait for more candles to print so that we know where we're going. And thank you, Jason, Marius, Andre, Ed, in his absence. He had to go on to another call. But thank you for your contribution tonight. Thank you for assisting the people in the room to see what happened. The good news is, for the person who sent Sol on the BSC network address to Binance from altcoin trader, you have a recourse. You can go to Binance admin and ask them to go find your Sol for you. It's just going to cost you a little bit extra in fee, but they actually do that. I have examples of that where it happened in the past. But make sure, before you move any crypto, make sure that the withdrawal address, make sure the receive address can do the chain on which you prefer to withdraw that. Make sure you get a chain that's supported on both sides. And if the costs are too high, please make sure that if the costs are too high for the crypto that you want to withdraw, make sure that you sell it into a coin that you can send cheap. USDT, we can send cheap with Binance Smart Chain to most platforms, not all of them, but to most. Same with Litecoin. Marius has said earlier, we use Litecoin regularly when we have to transfer crypto from one account to another. Buy Litecoin, move the Litecoin, immediately get out of Litecoin, because you don't want necessarily to be in Litecoin. But the transaction fee is worth it in trading into Litecoin, move the Litecoin, and then trade out of Litecoin, just to save on the exorbitant fees on the ERC20 chain. Litecoin is, the chain is very quick as well. I've done a transaction recently that was less than 10 minutes. And it was done and dusted. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. Support us. Please go to our Facebook channel, go to our YouTube channel and support us. And we are here to support you. Thank you, team. We had a good evening. Have a blessed one. We wish you green candles later in this week. Have a good one. Cheers.